Good morning. It's Honda Air, I was going to say FK8 day. It was just Honda Type R day in general. We've got two FL5s. We've just finished one up. This is one that we were tuning yesterday. Just been trying to play around with the boost mapping. I've got obviously, you know, with the development and the files and everything like that, we've got some more maps. Brought it in a lot earlier. I've already run this one. We've got the tune sorted. So before we're hitting about 1.7 bar factory, 1.8, kind of 1.7, dropping down to 1.5 at the top. So we're holding about 1.92, dropping back down to factory. So as we were talking about on the previous cars, you know, the turbo runs out. I've been looking at what other people have been doing overseas and where the limits and everything are. I like it that other people push limits and not me, because I don't really want to be the one that blows anyone's car up. Yeah, C2 pretty good, intake temps are good. We're sitting at about 50 degrees right at the top of the run, but it does cool down pretty quickly. It is got a factory intercooler, so we just have to work with that. Got another one to come on next that does have a big bar and plate, but looking at the intercooler, I don't know how good it's going to be. It's a lot of bar and not a lot of plate. So, and as we found, you know, when we developed our intercooler, we went with tube and fin. Just because the amount of airflow to try and get through the front, and a tube and fin does work a lot better, a lot more efficient, but the downside is they're just not as strong. But then again, when you have grills and everything in front of these, it's okay. Factory's pretty much tube and fin anyway. So I'm going to do a couple more runs just for video's sake, then we'll get this one off, we'll road test it, then we're going to get the other one on, get into that. Later on today we've got Stan coming in from Lucky G's.
Are you sure? Yeah, I can't really see what I'm hearing, but
he has put a new exhaust manifold on his car, so we're just going to tweak the boost mapping on that. He does have a drift day coming up next week, so we'll all be that, JP and myself. So we'll get onto that, and then we have Kisko's car, which we'll do after Stan. So once the FL5s are done, drift cars, and yeah, so busy day. I think we're going to be late here tonight, aren't we?
unfortunately, yeah.
What do you reckon, so. 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock? Should we get on some beers? No, I shouldn't drink. I'm shooting. It's not a good idea.
Has anything been done with this?
No, this is stock.
It has our downpipe on it though.
Oh wait, yes. Yeah, so downpipe. But other than that, stock. And it still has a cat. Meow meow. And I've...
Oh yeah, also, speaking of Honda Raris and other bits and pieces, I would just like to also congratulate our customers. We had a pretty spicy weekend, even though we weren't actually at any of the events because we're family men and we have to do family stuff.
I was there.
Well, I was working.
Yeah.
We took out 1, 2, 3 at the Honda drags for the K20c class. Yep. We got runner-up, so second place. Second place sounds better than runner-up.
Yeah, class D.
For the NA stuff. Isaac got second in the drift comp over the weekend.
Yeah, MSC.
In the pinky purpley LS supercharged BM Trouble U. All of our customers have got quite a bit of feedback from the Honda track day that was just on with Honda New Zealand. All of our customers had a great time, no problems. Actually, except one of our customers who fitted the exhaust himself and the exhaust fell off his car.
Who was that?
I'm not going to say that on camera. So we had a pretty good weekend. All of our customers had a great time. Some of our customers winning trophies and doing stuff. So, but yeah, another FL5. There's another FL5 outside, and we have a JZX up on the hoist, and then we have a Sora in the corner with the most crazy rims. You could put a Coke can in there. It's painted in 2001 blue.
There's a Lotus.
We got a Lotus on the hoist. We got a it's getting spicy coming up to Christmas. And big news, big announcement.
Hold up, wait a minute.
I'm going to Japan in January. I'm going to go hang out with Jay's Racing. We're going to go see Mugen. We're going to go to an Advan Tyre Factory. And I'm taking you guys to Tokyo Auto Salon. Booyah! He's not coming.
No, I'm going to stay here and watch the shop.
The unfortunate thing is Mr. Beast, George, the new guy, won't be coming with me.
How come you don't want me, man?
So you'll be stuck with me, myself and I, and we'll be doing it YouTuber style and doing some vlogs and bits and pieces. And I will not have a professional camera with me because I don't know how to use them. I am using a cell phone. So you will have to bear with me on the quality.
Amateurness.
Yeah, it's going to be like the amateur videos that you like so much. I'll be at Auto Salon for 2 days because there's absolutely no way I'll be able to cover the content for everybody in 1 day. Also, it might be a little bit of a funny trip because I have bought a car. I'm not going to say what car it is. And I have done the whole Mighty Car Mods thing sight unseen. I know it starts. It has very small engine and it has 2 seats, if you can guess what it is. But anyway, you'll see it. It's going to be a laugh. Hopefully it doesn't break down. That'll be cool. Right, you do some tuning, I'm going to do some other shit. Alright. I don't think I need to talk much more. FL5 number 2 for today. Yeah, just had 3 back-to-back runs. Last one I kind of loaded up a bit differently, but middle of the run, 272 at the crank, 497 newton meters at the crank, so 230 wheel, 421 at the wheel. So we'll yeah, I'll get a read off this. It's 1.6 dropping down to 1.4, 1.5. So we'll hold it up around about that 1.8, hold it flat a little bit better to about 5 and then just drop it off. It does have an intercooler. We were a bit worried because it's a bar and plate intercooler, but it has bigger bars than it does plates, so massive. But intake temps are fine, but yeah, oil temps and coolant temps obviously a little bit higher. That last run they were hitting 97, 98. Usually these hop around about 92, 94 on the dyno, but it's probably worthwhile maybe sticking a bigger radiator or something in it just to help, because yeah, that intercooler is blocking off some of the radiator over the factory one. So anyway, yeah, let's get a read and we'll carry on. So do you mean to say that my downpipe performs better than said downpipe on this car?
Yeah, or that intercooler is not flowing very nicely.
Why would a massive big aluminium heat sink in front of the car that stops all the airflow not work?
Yeah.
The wiki, I did a thing.
Well, like the interesting thing, even if you compare like 270, right, compared to the factory, it's not even making the same.
It's actually performing worse than standard.
Yeah. This is the odd thing. Like,
how do you make, I suppose, it's worse than standard.
So what's that mean? It's making less power, factory of this car.
It's making more torque, but it won't make any more power. Like it's lethargic.
Like it's see so the last one that we just did compared to if you take the best run, it makes less power. It's actually dropping off. Like ignore the start of it. I'm just ramping it in differently, but it's real average, eh? Yeah.
So TPD downpipe versus I don't know what that one is. It's not one of ours, but not good. And the other thing that we're finding is the coolant temps are getting hot because it's got a huge bar and plate intercooler on the front.
Yeah.
But all your horsepower on the turbo car is normally made in your downpipe. So bueno.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same tune as the last one that we've just done. Like it's a well-developed tune. You know, we've been doing some R&D. You know, we made some tweaks and stuff on this one, but it's trying to request more boost, but it's just not there. So yeah, just shows you that the difference in parts and what you buy does make a difference. You know, and there's a big difference when it's, I guess, a company like us that has access to a dyno, and we get to try and test different things. We can actually see what doesn't make an improvement, what doesn't work. You know, we can go through all these steps. But there's lots of companies out there that will just go, okay, here's a factory downpipe, we'll just make one and don't get any test, you know, don't get testing, and then they just put them straight on the market because they look shiny. This is factory versus factory. So on our development car, you know, this was with a factory downpipe. The actual boost was actually holding up around about 1.6 to 1.5. This car starts about 1.6, comes on, but then it's just falling away all the way down to 1.3 bar. And so, like, even though they're making similar peak power, you know, less boost, you get more timing, but yeah, there is a big difference there. I'm not too worried about the start, because that's just how you kind of start the dyno run. But you know, when you go looking at tuned, you know, 270, it's making identical power at the top. Like, hey, torque, we're making nearly 100 newton meters more torque at the crank, but you know, 422 to 504 at the wheels. But when we're looking at the differences, like right at the top end, like, it's still going to feel fantastic on the road, but yeah, there is a big limiting factor. You know, and we go compare, say, the other car that we just did that pretty much just has a downpipe and factory intercooler, like, you know, it's probably not the best one, but if you go from there to there, you know, even at the top, like, even that's on a factory car, it's like the same car, same day, and you can see like the boost holds up a lot nicer. You know, I'm trying to taper it down to 1.5, and you can see the big difference in the end result there. But yeah, I guess that's all we can do with that. We can't really do much about it, but just food for thought. You know, depending on what parts that you fit to your car do make a big difference. So we'll get this off, we'll road test it. I guess we'll just go back to the drawing board and go from there. POV, mate, Mia Khalifa, come on down.